welcome back to our channel. My name is Jolie. With the help of my husband Justin, we are full-time resellers. So this video is kind of like a twofer. We're going to talk about February. We're going to break down the numbers and show you exactly what we made profit. And I'm even going to share my screen with you in the My Reseller Genie accounting software and show you exactly how much money we made. But first, I want to talk about research and how researching made us easily an extra $125 this month on one item alone. So Justin went to a estate sale, and it was actually the second day of this sale. And he found a Rever cookware pot. I'm going to put a picture of it up. Here, I'll move over. I'll put the picture right there. So I meant to video the pot before I shipped it out and I forgot. So I'm sorry. I'm going to try to show you details in the picture. But it was extremely heavy. As you can see, it has the copper bottom on it. It had this very long tubular handle, and it actually had grips like on the handle, like where the metal was rough feeling, where you could hold on to it. And he brought it home. We have Rever cookware. I've sold tons of Rever cookware over the years. I have never seen anything like this. So what is the first tool that I use to find something if I can't find it? Google Lens. If you guys don't use Google Lens, you're missing out. You just go into the Google app and there's a little camera icon. Hit the icon and either take a picture of the item or take a picture from your camera roll of the item. It'll start searching for the item. You could even type in a keyword, like if it brings, say you put in like a red shirt and it brought you up all different brands, you could type in like Gap red shirt so it knows what kind you're looking for. Google Lens is my best friend. So I actually took a picture of the pot real quick with Google Lens. It didn't bring me up anything. And I was so bummed. And so I started typing in keywords. Like I typed in like professional because this pot was so heavy feeling. I was just like going back and forth, trying to think of words, you know, to describe this pot, like textured handle, copper bottom. And I just kept getting the regular old Rever cookware that we all know, you know, and love. So, I decided one more time to take a Google Lens picture, and I really like got up close and I tried to get like the handle in it with all the details really good. And all of a sudden this popped up on the screen. I'm going to share it with you here. You can obviously pause the screen to read it, but I'm also going to give you a recap of what this is. You can see in the photo that that is my pot, and I was so excited. This is part of the institutional line. It was called their 5000 line. It was introduced in 1954. It was made for hospitals, restaurants, schools, and military bases. It was a copper clad and featured heavyweight, all stainless steel construction. The handles were made of long tubular steel with knurled grips, and the lids were completely flat. You'll see the lid in the top picture. I'm going to zoom in on it because this lid alone can sell for hundreds of dollars. My pot did not have the lid, but they were made to be easy clean. They don't have the rolled top that normal Rever ware has. They were made for easy stacking, and that's why it had the flat top on it. But a really important part, which you'll see on the next one I'll share, is that number right there. Only 113,000 units were made of this pot. And you might be thinking, oh, that's a pretty high number. Think how many like saucepans, skillets, etc. people have in their house. You probably have 113,000 pots just in your neighborhood. That is not a lot. So when I saw that, I got excited, and I was so excited to get the words institutional and 5000 line, like to give me something to go on. So I went into eBay and I found some skillets, but this line eventually turned into what they called a patio line. It was marketed to men to use on the barbecue. And it was similar, but they made a lot of skillets. And I found a couple of the skillets listed, and they were listed for around 100, 150. But there was no like saucepans or stock pots or anything like that listed. So my next place I go for research is Terapeak. On eBay, if you're not familiar, they have a tab, right? You can find it. Here, let's go over to the seller hub. See where it says research? You might not be able to see it now that I realized, but it says research in the seller hub and it says Terapeak research. So I went to there and I typed in Revereware institutional 5,000 line, and finally I got some hits, and it gave me a better idea of what the pot sold for. So when I first couldn't find it, and Justin had brought it home, it had been like a half an hour, and he was like, just like list it, you know, if you can't find it, just list it, aim high. So our plan was to put it for like $100 and see what happened. But because I did this research and looked, we ended up selling that pot in less than, I guess, probably like 8 hours for $225. Justin paid $5 for it because it was purchased on half off day and they originally wanted $10 for it. So that was an amazing sale. But I would have sold that pot probably instantly for $100 if I wouldn't have pressed on, if I wouldn't have used Google Lens, if I wouldn't have like searched the internet like and found this article, if I wouldn't then have gone into Terapeak to see how much they sold for. So this is just a reminder to do your research, because sometimes research can equal big money extra in your pocket. All right, let's go over and I'm going to share my screen on Reseller Genie and show you how our month went.
So this is what the My Reseller Genie interface looks like. I'm on the sales page right now, and as you can see, it's really cool because I put in for the whole month of February, and it breaks it down and shows you that obviously clothing, shoes, and accessories are our main category. Almost $4,000 for the month, and then next is sporting goods because that's weights that Justin sells, and that was at $1,500 for the month. What is eBay Motors? I don't know what we sell that's in eBay Motors. Maybe it's weights and they just have it in the wrong category. Another interesting thing, the gross profit by days listed doesn't really work for me because I relist my old inventory constantly, so it doesn't really give a good indication. But the gross profit by platform is interesting because it shows you that 9.8, so almost 90% of our income comes from eBay. So 7,414, and 8.29% comes from Poshmark. And then, so the other almost 2% is YouTube income. So now I'm on the Reseller Reports tab, and I chose to just do the month of February so I could show you the breakdown of February. So our total income for February was over $10,000. And you'll see it shows underneath where everything came from eBay. This is returns, as it says, but it is also canceled orders, like orders that never even got sent out. The person purchased it and then messaged me saying, can you cancel? And anytime I give a shipping discount, all of that together is $344. The other, as I said, is YouTube income. Poshmark was $897. So down here, the total cost of goods it's telling you is $42.94, but here it is the breakdown. We actually spent a little under $500 on actual cost of goods, meaning items that we bought to resell. The listing platform fees were $274.79, and the transaction fees down here were $1434.41. I'm not sure why it separates those two, but the shipping cost, that is just UPS, was $32.32, and the rest of the shipping fees are separate because I do them on my credit card, and that was for $2,063.12. So after all that's subtracted, we're at $5,723 for our gross profit. Then we have another $438 in other business expenses, which you'll see. Internet is $97, office supplies, so that was any shipping supplies we bought or cleaning supplies, ink for my regular printer, paper, anything like that. And then the subscriptions and dues are my subscription for Reseller Genie, which is $19.99 a month. I paid my P.O. box for the year, which was over $200. I used to have Amazon Prime. I actually just got rid of it, but that's in there. And I think there's one more subscription. I can't think of what it is, but that's what the $257 is. So when all was said and done, we walked away in our bank account with a profit of $5,285.15 for the month of February.
So, as you saw, we made a little less than $5,300 for the month. We were averaging about 12 sales a day. Would I like it to be higher? Absolutely, but we're definitely on the rise again, which, is exciting. We're trying to, source good items with great sell-through rates. I'm running sales on old items, just trying to move them out. So we're just doing the best we can and, trying to list pretty consistently, though. Yesterday was a zero listing day. We were at the bins all day long, and we both just came home, and we were so tired that we just decided to take the day off from listing, though I did relist some older items. So my two things I hope you take away from this video are: do your research. Now, I'm not saying get research paralysis where you're afraid to list something because you're afraid it's going to sell. I have sold numerous things that sold in moments, and then I realized I sold them way too cheap, but I still made a decent profit on them, and they went to the next person, and they could make a bigger profit or they could keep it for themselves. Could I have made more than $225 on that pot? Probably. If I would have held out for more, I probably could have gotten more. I had listed it for $299, but when someone sends me an offer for $225 on an item I have sourced for $5, I'm taking it. Like, what is it? Don't lift it. Look a gift horse in the mouth. A bird is worth more. One bird in the hand, two in the bush. I don't know. Whatever it was, I was gladly excited to profit, close to $200 on that pot. All right. So I hope you appreciate me sharing my real numbers with you. I want to remind you to not compare yourself to others. I know I do it all the time. I see those thumbnails where they're like, $2,000 in sales this weekend. And I think, God, I'm not working hard enough. But then I realized that that's their big number, before they subtract cost of goods, shipping fees, listing fees, the cost of goods to run their business, all of that stuff, they're not including in that number. So don't let that big number that you see on people's thumbnails get you down. I always share my profits number because that's the number that pays the bills, not the fake number you'll see in some thumbnails, talking about the weekend sales, etc. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you liked it, please hit the subscribe. Go back and watch some of my old videos. I share tons of stuff. Some are shipping and telling you exactly what sold for how much. I have 2 tour videos of our eBay room. One I just did, and then one from when we first started about a year ago. I do haul videos where I show you what we picked up, just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that sells on eBay. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.